A rookie isn't supposed to change the game, they're supposed to learn, to adjust, and just get better. But every now and then, one of them doesn't. Some rookies come into Major League Baseball and refuse to be quiet. They hit the ground sprinting or slugging, and they don't look back. These are the stories of the greatest rookie seasons the game has ever seen. Not just the stats, but how they change baseball. As of the time of writing this, the 2025 regular season has just a few days left, but we already know who's going to take home the Rookie of the Year honors in the American League. A 6'5", 22-year-old by the name of Nicholas Kurtz. At the time of writing, he has 33 homers, a 290 average, 5 WAR, and a 993 OPS. This is also playing for the awful Athletics, who don't even have a location in their name. There's also one thing I didn't mention. He's only played 113 games. He would be on pace to hit nearly 50 home runs and have a 7+ WAR season if he played 162 games. He already has had a 4-homer game, which is rarer than a perfect game. This is legitimately one of the best offensive stretchers we've ever seen from a rookie. And Kurtz's teammate Jacob Wilson has also had a great rookie season as well and deserves attention, but Kurtz has just been otherworldly. Now going back from this year to almost 40 years ago, I want to talk about another power-hitting rookie, Mark McGwire. Before the record books and the controversies, Mark McGwire was just a 23-year-old kid with a quick bat and a quiet demeanor, playing for the Athletics but this time in Oakland. While that team was still trying to find itself, he wasn't supposed to lead the league in home runs as a rookie. Nobody really does that. But in '87, McGwire didn't just lead rookies, he led everyone, smashing 49 homers, a record that stood for 30 years until Aaron Judge in 2017. Coming out of USC and the 1984 Olympic team, scouts knew he had pop, but 49, that was just something completely different. He hit them in bunches, 15 in May, another 9 in July. Each one seemed to travel farther than the last. He was hitting moonshots off veterans, making seasoned pitchers look like rookies themselves, and McGwire wasn't just a slugger, he was a symbol of what was coming in Oakland. Alongside a rising Jose Canseco and future Hall of Famers like Ricky Henderson and Dennis Eckersley, McGwire helped kickstart the A's dynasty that would dominate the late 80s and reach the World Series 3 years in a row. But in '87, he was still just a rookie. All he did was hit more home runs than any rookie ever while having an OPS nearing 1,000. Even if the rest of his career became more complicated, the first season was one for the ages. If Kurtz played a full season, it would probably look something like this, just with more WAR. By 2019, the Mets were desperate for a spark. They had pitching, and DeGrom was untouchable, but the offense needed life. And into that void stepped Pete Alonso, 24-year-old first baseman from Tampa, nicknamed the Polar Bear, as well as another nickname later popularized by Giraffe Neck Mark. If you know, you know. And from day one, he played like one. Alonso didn't just hit home runs, he just launched them, towering glass that soared into the Queen's sky and landed somewhere near Shea Stadium's ghost. He wasn't polished defensively, far from it, but his bat made up for it. He broke Aaron Judge's rookie record with 53 home runs, but more than that, even if it was a juice ball season, and even if Aaron Judge should have had 53 home runs, but a review didn't give him a deserved home run in 2017, no one could question his pure power. He won the home run derby as well, and gave part of his prize to charity. The Mets didn't make the playoffs that year, but they had found the face of the franchise. Since then, Alonso has had ups and downs with far more ups, including another home run derby win, multiple 40-homer seasons, but his biggest moment being a 9th-inning 3-run homer off Devin Williams to give the Mets the lead in the wild card and clinch the series last year. In 1976, the most electric player in baseball wasn't a slugger, wasn't a power pitcher, he was a 21-year-old kid from Massachusetts with a mop of curly blonde hair and a habit of talking to the baseball. They called him the Bird. Mark Fidrich didn't look like anyone else, and he sure didn't pitch like them either. Not in terms of mechanics, but in results. He didn't overpower hitters, he outthought them, he threw strikes, he worked quickly, and he had a kind of magnetism that couldn't be taught. He started 29 games and threw 24 complete games. That's not a typo, literally he didn't finish 5 games. In today's game, it sounds like fiction, but in '76, every time Fidrich pitched, it was an event. Tiger Stadium sold out, he waved to the crowd, he talked to the mound, he became a sensation. And here's the thing, it wasn't just the antics, he won. 19-9, a 2.34 ERA, a league-leading ERA+, nearly 10 WAR, the AL Rookie of the Year in a landslide, but tragically, injuries robbed him of the career he deserved. He was great again next season, but only in 11 games, and only appeared in 16 games for the rest of his career. But for one summer, Mark Fidrich wasn't just a great rookie, but he was one of the most exciting players in baseball. Some rookies hit, some run, some are great defenders. In 2023, Corbin Carroll did all three, and he did them better than almost anyone else in baseball. Listed at just 5'10", Carroll didn't intimidate anyone in warm-ups, but the moment the game started, he played at one speed, blazing. He stole 54 bags, smashed 25 homers, and became the first rookie in history with 25 homers and 50 stolen bases in a single season. He didn't just help the Diamondbacks, but he transformed them. Yeah, his rookie season was great on paper, but what truly elevated it was how he led the upstart Diamondbacks to a playoff berth that had them winning the NL pennant as a 6th seed. Arizona was not supposed to be there, like they were a fringe playoff team, but with Carroll at the top of the lineup, sprinting, slugging, making diving catches, they took down teams that were heavily favored against them, like the Dodgers and the reigning NL champ Phillies. Though they would lose to the Rangers in 5, it was a great rookie season with a great team season. Corbin just turned 25 years old and is having his best year yet in 2025, so this season was certainly no fluke, and I think if he get it for more power, he can definitely have a 40-40 season. In 1984, a teenage pitcher arrived in New York City and made it his playground. Dwight Gooden was only 19 years old when he debuted for the Mets, but you never have guessed it by watching him pitch. His fastball exploded, his curveball, Lord Charles, snapped like a whip, and by May, people were already calling him Dr. K. He didn't just strike out hitters, but he humiliated them. Gooden struck out 276 batters in just 218 innings, setting the all-time rookie record. He led the National League in strikeouts, he finished with a 2.6 ERA, he was named an All-Star and won NL Rookie of the Year, and it was not close. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was the way he changed the culture around the Mets. New York was used to chaos, but suddenly they had hope, and Dwight Gooden was the face of it. The next year, he'd put together one of the greatest pitching seasons in history, but it all began in '84 with a teenager who made Shea Stadium feel like the center of the baseball world. Within a couple years, he would win a World Series with the Mets, and while off-the-field issues hampered his career, he still is recognized as one of the best rookie pitchers ever. By the time Ichiro Suzuki came to MLB, he was already a legend in Japan. A 7-time batting champ, a household name, but in 2001, he became a global phenomenon, and he put together one of the most complete rookie seasons in the modern era. He hit .350, stole 56 bags, had 242 hits, won a Gold Glove, made the All-Star team, led the league in stolen bases, and somehow he won both Rookie of the Year and MVP, something no one had done since Fred Lynn in 1975. Ichiro didn't look like anyone MLB had seen. His swing was unorthodox, he ran out of the box as he made contact, but it worked better than anyone expected. He'd changed how we thought about offense. He brought an Eastern approach to a Western game, and he dominated. The 2001 Mariners won 116 games, tied for the most in MLB history, and Ichiro was part of why they were so great in the regular season. His rookie year also wasn't just fantastic, but it was transcendent, and you all probably know, despite being 27 years old in his rookie campaign, he would go on to play 18 more years and rack up over 3,000 hits. Just this summer, he became a Hall of Famer, which was very well deserved. Every few years, a pitcher arrives with the kind of buzz you usually only see for generational hitters, but in 2024, that pitcher was Paul Skeens, and he lived up to every bit of the hype. Coming off of a dominant College World Series run with LSU, Baby Gronk's nemesis was the most talked about pitching prospect in a decade. He threw over 100 miles per hour with ease, his slider was already elite, but what surprised everyone was how quickly he adjusted to the big leagues. In his first 23 starts, Skeens posted a 1.96 ERA with 170 strikeouts in just 133 innings. For a Pirates franchise searching for a new identity, Skeens became the centerpiece, a true ace in the making, or rather an ace from the start. I actually went to the Pirates home opener this year, and besides seeing someone wearing a Yankees Paul Skeens jersey, you could tell how much he is already beloved in the city just by the reaction to hearing his name on opening day. Whether it's his pitching dominance, demeanor, Livvy Dunn, Paul Skeens is one of the biggest names in baseball now, and in all likelihood will win the 2025 Cy Young, posting an almost identical sub-2 ERA and leading the National League in strikeouts. Before Ichiro did it in 2001, Fred Lynn was the first player in history to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season, and he did it by playing in a big market with Boston at age 23. Lynn wasn't just good in 1975, he was spectacular, slashing .331 with 21 home runs, 100 RBIs, and one of the smoothest center field gloves the game has ever seen since Willie Mays. He made defense look effortless, his swing was elite, and he was the heartbeat of a Red Sox team that would go all the way to Game 7 of the World Series. That October, the country watched Lynn and fellow rookie Jim Rice carry the Sox into a classic showdown with Cincinnati's Big Red Machine, but Boston would fall short, but Lynn's impact was undeniable. His rookie season was a blueprint for the modern five-tool player and one of the most complete debut years baseball's ever seen. He went on to have a very solid and underrated career, being worth 50 WAR over 17 years and being a 9-time All-Star. In 2017, Aaron Judge became something bigger than baseball. He became a phenomenon. 6'7", 280-pound right fielder, built like a defensive end, and yet somehow he moved like a center fielder and had plate discipline like a seasoned veteran. Judge wasn't supposed to break records as a rookie because no one is, and he wasn't even guaranteed a full-time spot when the season started, but once he got going, there was no stopping him. He crushed 52 homers, breaking Mark McGwire's long-standing rookie record and leading the American League. He drew 127 walks, more than any other rookie in history, and his 1049 OPS was elite, and he did it all under the brightest lights in sports in New York City. He won AL Rookie of the Year, finished second in MVP voting, and he helped carry the Yankees to Game 7 of the ALCS, just one win from the World Series where they would lose to a cheating team. But going back to the topic of MVP, just look at the stats. Even without Altuve cheating, the stats just are not close. Ironically enough, Altuve won the MVP likely due to his batting average just being 60 points higher, even though literally almost all his other numbers were far inferior. But now Judge actually might lose the MVP, even though his average is much higher than Cal Raleigh's, due to the fact that he has a few less homers. Anyway, rant aside, Judge's rookie season is arguably the best of all time, if not top 3, and this would be the sign of things to come as he has become one of the best players in baseball history. And what would be a career year for 99.99% of players was only Judge's 4th best season, as he's had better seasons in 2022, 24, and now 2025. In 2001, the Cardinals gave a 21-year-old with no clear defensive position a shot out of spring training. By the end of that year, Albert Pujols had become one of the most terrifying hitters in the sport. But how good was his rookie season? He had a .329 batting average, 37 homers, 130 RBIs, and a .1013 OPS. He wasn't even supposed to make the roster, but once he did, he never left. He played a few different positions that season, left field, right field, third base, first base, and he just never stopped hitting. He finished 4th in MVP voting, and for the next decade, became the model of offensive consistency. This may be one of the best rookie seasons as well. In 1964, Dick Allen made his debut, and people weren't expecting how good he would be immediately. He was one of the most gifted hitters the game had seen in a generation, and as a rookie he hit .318, blasted 29 homers, and led the league in runs scored with 125 and total bases with 352. His story wasn't just about performance though, it was about perseverance. He endured a lot of scrutiny from fans and media, he endured a lot of death threats, and that didn't stop him. He carried the team's offense on his back. The Phillies famously collapsed in the final weeks of the '64 season, missing the pennant, but Allen's rookie year still stands as one of the most dominant debuts in baseball history. Mike Trout debuted in 2011, struggled, got sent back down, and then came back in 2012 and everything changed. He dominated every aspect of the game. At just 20 years old, Trout batted .326, hit 30 homers, stole 49 bags, and posted a 10.5 WAR, the highest by any rookie in the modern era. And that number, it's better than MVP seasons from a lot of Hall of Famers. He led the league in runs scored, made highlight reel plays like routine, and played center field like he was born there. The only reason he didn't win MVP that year was because Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown, but many people believe Trout actually had the better year, and advanced metrics agree. If I was voting at this time, it's tough. I think I probably would have voted Miguel Cabrera, but I think Mike Trout objectively had the better year in a vacuum. But anyway, this wasn't just a great rookie season, it was a preview of the greatest player of his generation. And the craziest part is that version of Trout might still be the best version we've ever seen, but hopefully we can get a few more good years out of Trout. Now I just want to give some honorable mentions, starting with Jackie Robinson. Well, of course, he had a great year with stats. We also have to talk about how he broke baseball's color barrier and changed the country. He's still at .297 with 29 steals, so even beyond his impact, he still had great numbers. Frank Robinson in 1956 matched Ted Williams' rookie home run record with 38. He'd go on to win MVPs in both leagues and become one of the most feared hitters in history, but it started with a rookie season that screamed greatness. And now for Shohei Ohtani. Was his rookie year the most iconic? Maybe not, but in 2018 he was already doing things no one else could. He was hitting and pitching at a high level. He won AL Rookie of the Year and showed flashes of the two-way phenom he'd fully become in 2021. And the only reason I don't have him as a full entry on this list is just because he didn't play as many games and his numbers weren't crazy even though they were very good. But he does deserve a mention for being a two-way player. Rookies aren't supposed to be perfect, they're supposed to make mistakes, to learn, to wait their turn. But these players didn't wait, they took the field and took over, whether it was one magical summer of the beginning of a Hall of Fame legacy, they all did something unforgettable. And I hope you enjoyed this video going over the best rookie seasons. I'm sure there's probably some I didn't talk about because there's been so many great rookie seasons. But let me know in the comments what you think is the best, and be sure to subscribe and like as it really helps me out. Thank you for watching Baseball Domain, and I'll see you next time.